everyone, this is Noble Switched On, and today we are going to be talking about some more Fakemon stuff, okay? So, apparently, I'm going to talk about some new Pokedex entries for one of the Ultra Beasts, as well as some new characters, as well as 2 new Ultra Beasts. So, the first thing is the new Pokemon Vengeance Pokedex entry for Buzzwole. I made this up. Pokemon Vengeance or Forgiveness aren't real games yet. It's just my Fakemon concept. So, Buzzwole's Pokemon Vengeance Dex entry reads, Buzzwole, whenever Buzzwole come into the human world, they search the area for worthy opponents. They flex to communicate. Next, new character! Rex Ketchum. Okay, this one's real. This one's really important. My idea for the Fakemon region is that Ash actually gets a letter from his cousin to come to the Yoloki region. This is some important anime stuff. But Rex also would appear in the games as one of the legend characters, specifically being for Pokemon Forgiveness. Oh my gosh, who is a forgiving, hot-headed, fun, happy-go-lucky sort of person. Rex is the polar opposite. Cold, has that icy stare when in battle, kind of pretty unforgiving towards evil people, and is generally not, and is a no-nonsense dude. Like, you remember Gladion? Who's like the king of edge? Rex is around those lines of being very edgy, but not as edgy. Like, seriously, Rex is only has all that edge that Gladion has when in battle, or when he gets really, really serious. Also, I want to talk about some of his Pokemon. He has the regional Ghost Remactory, which is a Ghost Crystal type, and it's based on a Phylactery. I do inspirations for my Pokemon. Some of them are rather weak, but still there has to be some that aren't, but still, multiculturalism. But still, Australia is a very multicultural thing, so of course it can have a few branch outs and have a few other things that aren't exactly Australian, especially considering liches and phylacteries are a bit of a European thing, and Australia was originally governed by Europe. Yeah, he also has a Crystare, a Quartzol, his buddy Alokian Aegislash. He actually has Deniatries, a powerful rock ghost type, and Draconicoot. Actually, scratch the crest. Actually, he has Draconicoot. He doesn't actually. Alokian Aegislash is his Soul Link Pokemon. Every time. And his real 6th Pokemon is actually an Ultra Beast. The Ultra Beast, UB10 Python, aka Lithurpent. It's doing a rock snake properly. It's a snake with rock armor around it. It's similar, it has an ability similar to Nihilego, where it can control rocks. But Lithurpent's ability is much more refined and powerful. And Lithurpent can actually create tons of these rocks and actually launch them at foes. Unlike Nihilego, which just makes them and can mediocrely control them. Lithurpent is a rock dragon type. And going by its code name, it's based on a python. It has red scales, but remember when? But in the Sun and Moon anime, those weird rocks from Ultra Space, those are the sort of rocks that cover its body, and those are the sort of rocks it can create and control. Same ones as Nihilego. So purple, sparkly gems, but it's the rock type sort of gem, not the crystal type sort of gem. But it's still rock type and not crystal type, because they're a lot more rocky. Because Ultra Stone is a lot rockier than, is a lot more like rocks than gems. Sure, Game Freak, you can show up and say, they're crystals! But I probably won't believe you unless you say that. And if that was the case, that would mean Lefurpin would have to be crystal type, and so would Nihilego. I'm pretty sure you don't want to change the typings for your Pokemon. So, basically, also, another fun fact about Rex, he actually used to do sledding, the sled thing, at Mount Lonakila, but he hasn't come back in a year. His sledding partner was always Lefurpin, and unlike others who are just really, really flashy, what Rex does is just straight up cool. Basically, he takes the jump like normal, but as soon as he gets into midair, he jumps off the sleigh alongside UB10 Python, and then lands on his buddy's back. I'm not sure how to describe a snake's back. Lefurpin's back, it's a snake. And then rushes towards the ground with Accelerock. And when it hits the ground, it comes in with Draco Meteor. That is awesome. Oh, and I also made a Pokemon known as Ibarora. Its feathers are auroras, and its body is very weird. It's made out of auroras. But the beak itself, it has a skeleton. But the rest of its skeleton is made of ice, but the rest of its body is just made out of auroras. So you hit it, you can see its skeleton until its body reforms around the skeleton. It's UB11 Aurora. It's UB11 Icicle. And it's known as Ibarora, based on an ibis, also known as a bin chicken. So a lot of people say that locals of the Alokia region call Ibarora bin Torchics, but everyone knows, but people with common sense know that's just a stereotype. A very dumb stereotype. Kind of like the stereotype of Australians calling ibises bin chickens. They do eat out of bins. They do eat out of trash cans, though. I call them ibises. I always thought they were flying dodos, though. Because they had the same beak as a dodo. I know that a lot of you will be screaming, it's not the same beak as a dodo, you're stupid! But I thought dodos had that sort of beak. Maybe a bit thicker, but now I know it doesn't, actually. But ibises are still really, really cool. One of my favorite birds at times. Wow, got into the red a few times. Wow. So, UB11, Ibarora is actually hunted by is actually enemies with Lefurpin. Natural enemies, at least. Ibarora is Ice Flying. Lefurpin is Rock Dragon. Sure, ice can pierce a dragon's scales, but Lefurpin's rocks shatter Ibarora. Or I could call it Auroravis or Ibaroris, but I think Ibarora would be the best name. So, yeah, I think that's enough for now. Hope you enjoyed the bud. This is Noble shutting down.